John sees the book sealed with 7 seals that no man on earth could open, and the 24 elders sitting around the throne clothed in white, with a crown of gold upon their heads. Revelations chapter 5 verses 1. I, the newsbearer John, son of Zebedee and Salome, saw in the right hand of the Anunnaki Elohim Melchizedek, who sat on the seat, a little scroll. The mother of all scriptures, from the Enuma Elish, Gilgamesh epics, Astrahasis, on one scroll inscribed within and on the backside, meaning it was opened from the left to right, and it is sealed with 7 seals, which are. Revelations chapter 5 verses 2. And I saw a strong Anunnaki Elohim, named Nusk, deity of light, who also bore the title Gabriel, son of Raziel and Zamul, calling out with a supreme voice, saying, Who is able to open the little scroll and loose the seals and interpret the real meanings of the scriptures in the mother of books and reveal them? Revelations chapter 5 verses 3. So there was no one in the Orion skies, not even the elders, in the crystal city with all their advanced intellect, had the ability or authority to open the 7 seals, and no one upon the planet Earth. No human being, and not under the planet Earth, located in the center of the earth in the city called Aghata, Walhalla, or Shambhala. Not even the Dunaakiels, the Teros, the Flugelrods, the Deros, the Duwanas, nor the benevolent ones, could open the little scroll nor look into it. Revelations chapter 5 verses 4. And I, the newsbearer John, son of Zebedee and Salome, cried very much, because there was not anyone found worthy to open the little scroll, nor to look into it. Revelations chapter 5 verses 5. And one of the elders said to me, Don't cry. Look, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the yielding seed of David, has prevailed to open the little scroll and to break the 7 seals thereof. Revelations chapter 5 verses 6. And I, the newsbearer John, son of Zebedee and Salome, saw that in the middle of the seat and the 4 living creatures, and also in the middle of the elders, there stood a lamb, who is Tammuz, meaning sprout forth, sprout of life. As if he was sacrificed, it was made to look as if the Messiah Jesus was crucified. However, it was just made to look that way. He had 7 horns, symbolic of the power of the 7 Anunnaki who are with him, and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Elohim Anunnaki sent to all the planet Earth by the hosts. Revelations chapter 5 verses 7. So Tammuz, the Lamb, the Ha-Mashiach Yahshua, came up and took the little scroll, which was the mother of books. That is located in Ilion, out of the right hand of Melchizedek, Murdoch, leader of the deities, supreme deity, who sat on the seat. Revelations chapter 5 verses 8. And when he had opened the little scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell and prostrated. Each have had harps and golden bowls filled with incense, which are the worships of the holy ones. Revelations chapter 5 verses 9. And the 24 elders sang a new song, chanting, You, Ha-Mashiach Yahshua, is worthy, O Adonai, Rabbi, Kurios, Master, to take the little scroll, the mother of books containing all of the scriptures, and loose or reveal the true meanings of the seals, because you, the Lamb of the host, were a willing sacrifice on an altar, not a cross, as a sign of atonement or forgiveness, and has reclaimed us by your blood. Symbolic of the fact that the Messiah Jesus was willing to be persecuted for his people out of every tribe and of every tongue or language, and all other people who accept him, and a nation of people. Revelations chapter 5 verses 10. And you have made us become to our Eli, as rulers and priests, and we will rule upon the planet Earth. Revelations chapter 5 verses 11. And I, the newsbearer, John, looked and heard the voice of many Anunnaki Elohim around the seat of the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was thousands of thousands, too many to count. Revelations chapter 5 verses 12. Saying with a supreme voice, Worthy is the Lamb, the Messiah Jesus, who was a whiling sacrifice, just so that he would get the power, and the wealth, and the wisdom, and the magnificence, and the honor, and the glory, and the blessing. Revelations chapter 5 verses 13. And all the created beings which are in the Orion skies, who are the Anunnaki Elohim, the 24 elders, and the 4 living creatures, and upon the planet Earth and under the planet Earth, and such as are in the sea and who are in it. I, the newsbearer Yalkan and John, heard all of them together saying, Blessings, and honor, and glory and authority be to him that sits upon the seat and the Lamb forever and ever. Revelations chapter 5 verses 14. And the 4 living creatures said, Amen, and the 24 elders fell on their faces and prostrated for him that lives forever and ever.